Alright guys, so this is the final push to get the Monte Carlo and the 40 to Cruise Week and OC in 2022. It has been an insanely, incredibly busy week, but yet so rewarding. Wins all around. So stick with us, we'll take you for the ride. Alright, so we're back and the windows did come in. So we're going to try to get these windows into the car so that we're ready to go. What we got here is, so we have new window, old broken window. But what we do have to do is we have to get this track off of this window and onto this one. So I'm going to work on that and try to get that going. We'll see how it goes. So I'm not happy with what I'm about to do, but desperate times call for desperate measures. The felt kit that we ordered is for a sedan 2-door, and they're a little bit different than a sedan 4-door. So I don't have a slot up here in the door for this clip, and we need it. So I'm gonna make it. I would say don't try this at home, but I mean, I don't know what else to do. There ain't no way we're gonna get another kit before we gotta go. So it kind of is what it is, guys. Bear with me. This ain't gonna be great, but it's means to an end.
Everybody else watching this shit.
I don't think it's gonna work. It's not gonna work.
I didn't think so.
I'm gonna have to get a hacksaw blade and do it by hand. That's the only way. Yeah, that's the only way. Because if I put a cutting wheel, if I put a death wheel up there, it's gonna get real bad real quick. Now, sometimes more power isn't always the solution. Alright guys, so we were actually finally able to finish up the fitment on this window and the passenger side door. We found out as we were doing it that this door, I guess when they were putting it back together, because this is an aftermarket door, we found that out too. I guess when they were putting this back together, since it's an aftermarket, it has some fitment issues that you kind of work around. So we had to take a few liberties with some bolts and screws and washers and what have you, just to kind of make everything work right. It's still kinda it's about 97%, which is good enough for me, especially just to get through the weekend. We can actually go back into it a little bit later on, but we're in crunch time right now, so I'm just trying to get everything together and on the road so we can actually do a legit test drive with the new brakes and everything. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put the trim panel, the actual door skin, back on the door, and go ahead and put the frame in for the vent window and do our final fitment so that we can actually get this door done. So stick with us.
I'm taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic roof up. I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to take the noose off. And you cannot save me, 'cause I don't need saving. it's everything I've been chasing. All here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me. I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts.
Alright guys, so we were able to get the door buttoned up. We got the glass in, except for the little triangle piece, but I'm getting too excited. We actually just finished the door, so what we're going to do now is we're going to set these rims, get them actually put on and tighten down with the lug nuts, and then I don't have my back rims just yet, so I'm going to put on the old Star rims just for now, and we're going to take this thing for a little test drive, so stick with us.
So we did make it to our local Sunoco in the 40. So we got at least that far. Go that way. We're good, guys. Go ahead. We're good. You're golden, pony boy. Actually, probably go down the back roads. Just cause, you know, for good measure. There's still no mirrors on it. There's no mirrors, there's no tag light, you know, the insignificant things. And of course, you know, have to pass one. Can't tell if he's turning around.
Yeah, well,
no
take a
mirrors.
look. Did he turn around?
Not yet.
Not yet. He's still thinking about it.
Yeah, he's going slow, but he ain't turning. Nah, he's still going.
It must be time for him to be off shift.
Yeah, he's screw
I'm
you
not doing
guys.
all that paperwork.
Screw you guys. You guys just have fun with it. Turn them lights off. There you go. Yeah. Definitely some heat under these floorboards though. I'm already feeling it.
Just a little bit.
But I mean, kind of should expect that, seeing as that there's just headers underneath.
Yeah, we
You know.
didn't insulate at all. There's the carpet, that's it.
Yeah. So whatever. What's going on?
Got no power. I think the throttle's slipping. That's a low gauge 4-barrel.
Oh, the cable. What, you want to pull over right here? Or? All right, guys. Let's see what happened. Now we have no power. Sorry about that, guys. I'd actually just hooked the hood back up and didn't show you guys what was going on. So what we had going on is the throttle cable is kind of a cheap one. The housing is actually compressing. It's like a stainless steel housing. So we just took off one of the throttle springs to make it easier on there, and we'll address it when we get back to the shop. Maybe something as simple as just getting a new cable, or maybe shortening that one. We don't know, but either way, minor stuff on the first test ride. Right now, Vince just finished up modifying his hood hinge a little bit, and we can get back on the road.
The Hillbilly Engineering is at an all-time peak right now. All-time high.
All right, so back in the shop again today. As you saw, we went on a little test drive. Throttle cable had a little hiccup, but I'll adjust that. What I'm doing right now is I'm working on this this carburetor. Now, it is not the prettiest thing you've ever seen, but I did rebuild the whole thing, and all the internals are actually really nice.
So I'm gonna set it up with some jets because it was jetted way higher than what we're gonna need. And then I got some fuel line and some other things to put on it, like a fuel log and stuff. We're gonna try to get that into the car while we're waiting on Vince to get here. And then I think we're gonna look at that exhaust because it is deafeningly loud inside that car. So we're gonna have to do something to address that. But I'm gonna get this on and I'll show you guys what it looks like when we get it all done.
All right, guys, so Dave got done rebuilding the carburetor. It turned out fantastic. It was beautiful. I'm always impressed. I'm hitting things. I'm always impressed anytime he brings something back from the dead, which is fortunate for me because usually it's my shit. So he got it done. It looks magnificent. Sorry, I'm going to try to set the camera up on the fly while I'm doing this. Let's see. I'm not the camera guy. Okay, now that I got the camera set, because I am definitely not the camera guy, Dave went ahead and put the carburetor on. It's actually running good. He's got it dialed in pretty well. We found out that the distributor was actually moving anytime we throttled up, so the crow's foot wasn't tight. We got that adjusted, and then after all that, we realized that the pipes, the exhaust, we realized that the headers are glowing red. So we come to find out that 6 out of the 8 chambers the valves were hung open. So the exhaust is just, it's glowing red hot. So Dave is in the process currently right now of adjusting all the valves on the driver's side. He just got them done. Now he's gonna be working on the passenger side. And while he's doing that, I get to take these beautiful, brand new center bolt valve covers and cut a big hole. Good times. So, I'll leave him to it. I'll go over here and knock this out, and then we'll see what it looks like. There we go. Once we get it all copacetic.
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan. Your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be fucking sour, take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder. And all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I win.
All right, guys, so we're still on our push to Cruise Week 2022 in OC. We went ahead and there's going to be an update to this video, but we got a couple things done in the car. We're actually going to move forward while Dave is doing the new seals on his door on his Monte Carlo. We're going to move forward on the 40 and actually get the fuel line ran, because the way it's run right now, it's rubber and steel, and it's just a lot of mismatched parts. We're just going to see if we can straighten it up and clean it up a little bit and get it away from the headers and the intake. So that's what we're going to try anyway.
Yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart? Are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs. Are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. 'Cause 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 'cause
transmission.
You got reverse?
Holy shit.
Well, guys, after 6 weeks of really, really long nights, working 8-12 hours a day, and then coming into the shop and working till 11 o'clock midnight every night for a month and a half, we got the car pretty much dialed in. Took it down the road today and found out that the rear didn't have any gear oil in it. I don't know why we never checked it. That was probably, it's my fault. I know it's my fault. It's just one of those things. I don't know how this is going to turn out. I really don't. We're 4 days away from Cruise Week at OC, and the rear is jam solid. So we went ahead and we got the dry shaft out, and we took, let's see if I can get underneath there. Took the rear cover off, and she was bone dry. Now, normally it would be, well, we just slap another rear in there, and I have a few laying around. When we first got the car, the guy told me, he said, oh, it's an S10 rear. Well, I found out later on that it's not an S10 rear. Because I bought another rear that actually came out of an S10, and it had all Moser internals, and well, it still has all Moser internals, and elongated studs, and a little mini spool, and I mean, it's all brand new. It's good rear, and we get it back here, and it's not even close. The width of it is it's not even, like I said, it's not even, it won't even fit. It won't even reach out to get into the wheel well. Like normally I was like, well, maybe it's just a little short and we'll just put a wider tire on it, or a more positive, or rather negative offset rim to bump the tire out to actually get it in, but it's not even in, that's not even in this reality of working. So as we get further into it, we were looking, sorry, I'm kind of pacing back and forth. We were looking at the rear today after we got it back, and realized that it is a 10 bolt. Could be a Camaro, could be a Nova. I have no idea. I do know that it's been cut and made longer, and the shackle mounts have been welded on to where they're sitting at now. So it's a custom rear, and I can't remember the guy's name who I bought it off of. I don't have his number, so I have no idea what's going to happen. We have the prevailing theory is that it's a 373 or a 373 open. That it looks really close to. It does look really close to an S10 internals on the inside. So I have an 85 S10 that I bought a few years back. I actually have, I don't know, I have a 1940 Chevy 2-door as well. I really love these old cars. You never see them. So anytime I get a chance to buy one, I just buy it. But this one was just a shell, because it was going to be like a legit rat rod. No front end, no fenders. I was going to put a tombstone grill, what have you. So I bought this 86 S10 because it had a really good frame. The body and everything else was garbage, but the frame was in really good shape and had everything there that, you could have a good base to build something off of. So we had that pulled up outside the shop right now. I have it jacked up in the air. So tomorrow we're going to rip the pan off of that, start checking the teeth, start checking the gears, everything that's inside, and if everything measures up and all I have to do is get like a new crush collar or, you know, just a few basic things and we can get this thing going again, it'd be at OC this year. If we can't, the backup plan, the last time I took the wagon out, we didn't have third gear. I called up my training guy and he said it's the valve body. He already knew what it was right away because he worked on that transmission before. So he called me earlier in the week and said, hey, I got the new valve body. Just come up, grab it, and you can throw it in. It's all, he's going to hook me up with it. So we're going to, Dave's going to come over to the shop tomorrow and start ripping apart the rear. And I'm going to run up and grab the valve body. So if something catastrophic does happen and we can't take the 40, we're going to take the wagon, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my wagon, but it's just, man, it's just so much work for nothing. You know what I mean? And you got to have, a strong wife and a strong family to do things like this, because there is some time they get sacrificed, and, there is some times where you're not there and they have to watch the kids a little more. And that goes for me and Dave. Dave's got 3 kids, I got 2, and we both have our main jobs, and then we have secondary jobs, and then we do this on the side. So there's a lot of sacrifice that goes in all around to make these things happen. And when you sacrifice all that and you get dealt a blow like this, it really it can really put a hurting on you, and just disappointing. But I'm gonna try to stay optimistic. You have to forgive me for I'm exhausted right now. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just now finishing up. When the rear locked up, we actually had to run back to the house and grab the actual roll around dollies that you use inside the shop. Like if you store in a car, they go underneath the wheels and you can actually move the car around. And we had to tow it back down the road because I don't have an actual tow dolly. I have a trailer, but there's no way to get it. I had no way of getting it up onto the trailer because both tires were locked up, and there was that wasn't an option. So we had to do it that way, which is really super ghetto, but it works. So we got it back to the shop, tore it apart in the pouring down rain because I couldn't actually get it into the shop. And that's when we found out everything that we found out. So Dave, he was exhausted too. He went home, and the whole thing was to do it in the morning, but I was fueled by rage and anger. So I went ahead and got it in the shop myself. My wife helped steer it in, and we were lucky enough to get the loader fired up and get it in. I don't have any footage of that. I'm sorry. It was just it's one of those things where emotions were high, and I just wanted to get it done because I was getting drenched. So, but yeah, so that's kind of where we're at right now. Stick with us. We're gonna see if we can't pull this out in clutch, and hopefully get it down there. I'm hoping above hope that we can make it happen. But thanks for sticking around. Appreciate any input you guys have. Leave us a comment if you want. Make sure you like and subscribe so you stay up to date on all of our future content. 4 days, man. 4 days, and it's make it or break it time. All right, guys. So we were able to get the gears out of the rear. Or rather, Dave was able to get the gears out of the rear. There they are. There's the pinion gear. They're actually in halfway decent shape. We found out that there wasn't any gear oil in the rear, which is why it blew up. Here is the race, and you can see that the bearing is somewhat welded onto the race. That's how much heat was building up inside the rear. The bearings they're smoked too. They're around here somewhere, but they are garbage. So we're going to go ahead and pull the axles now since we got axle seals. We're putting those in, and then we're just waiting on parts. Parts should be here tomorrow at some point tomorrow morning. So hopefully tomorrow afternoon we'll be able to put everything back together, and we'll have new seals all the way around, which it kind of sucks. It's definitely a lesson, an expensive lesson, but a lesson nonetheless. So we're gonna go ahead and start tearing into that and see if we can't get everything out and in and finish it up tomorrow so that we can get on the road. 'Cause we're down to 4 days. 4 days and that's it. So it's definitely all or nothing right now. So stick with us.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive.
Okay guys, well, despite all odds, we are almost to Ocean City right now. The 40 is in front of us, and hopefully we make it across the bridge. But it has been one hell of a journey to get here, and just glad we're here.
Won't bother hiding my bruises, and when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it.
Smokes, she makes all kinds of noise, she squeaks and rattles, but she made it.
Well guys, we made it. That there's Ocean City. That there's the 50 Bridge. And as soon as I cross it, I will consider this a successful mission.